Hello, and welcome along to this Friday edition of Music Radio Creative Live. Firework sound effects for radio jingles. Hooray! So get the fireworks out, but please do use them responsibly. Whoa! My goodness me. That's a rocket firing off somewhere in the studio. Hope you're doing well today. How are you? Let me know in the live chat right now how it is all going with you right now. Nice to see you there, Paige. Hello, Paige. Welcome along. Also, David Silk is in and ready to go with the spanner. Let me know who you are and indeed whereabouts you are watching from right now as we get ready to go live in 1 minute 44 seconds. Very, very exciting stuff. And if you're wondering why it's a firework theme coming up in just about a minute and a half, for those of you based outside the UK, over this weekend there are going to be fireworks celebrations everywhere. It's our firework night, or otherwise known as Bonfire night. Some folk call it Guy Fawkes night, all of that stuff. So it's when we get to let the fireworks go off, and it's acceptable to have rockets buzzing around houses at gone past midnight. I know if you're watching from the US, Independence Day is the big day. You crack open the fireworks and the barbecues. Elsewhere, different days apply, but fireworks night coming up for us very soon here in the UK. Get ready.
Testing the left speaker. Left. Testing the right speaker. Right. Testing phaser. All frequency sweep. Stand by
for Music Radio Creative Live with Mike Russell.
MRC Live. Music Radio Creative Live.
With Mike Russell.
Starting in 30 seconds.
Hello, you, and welcome along to Music Radio Creative Live. Very, very exciting stuff where we get into the nitty-gritty of audio production. It's very, very exciting. I can see already Mark Reed has wished me a very happy Halloween. Yes, I did have a happy Halloween. You must know a little bit much because I'm still burning off the spiced pumpkin candles. We have about 40 of them behind the scenes here at Music Radio Creative. That's a lot of spiced pumpkin to get through between now and Christmas. Anyway, why am I covering fireworks on the show today? This is, of course, an international show. People tuning in from all around the world right now, and I'm grateful for that. I can see viewers in from Germany, the United States, Belize, Liechtenstein in as well. Nice to have you there. Venezuela and Australia, to name just a few countries watching right now. So why the fireworks theme? Well, for those of you not from the UK or not familiar with the national celebrations of the United Kingdom, this weekend we're going to be celebrating Fireworks Night, Bonfire Night, otherwise known as Guy Fawkes Night. The chap back in history who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Well, we set off a load of fireworks to celebrate that. For one reason or another. So it's very, very exciting stuff. And yes, there will be lots of fireworks going off. The actual date of Bonfire Night here in the UK is November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. That's what we say here. And there will be a few whizzes like this. Oh, and that. And there'll be a few of these. Oh, yeah, and lots of these all around, all through the night. So I thought I would make firework radio jingles for you. But I'm really curious, as this is an international show, and you are watching from different parts of the world, I know in various different areas you crack open fireworks at different times of the year. And I would be really curious to hear right now in the live chat, please, when it is that you let off fireworks in your area, in your country. So if you're from the United States, I know you're probably going to say it's Independence Day, 4th of July. But what about Australia? What about all the other places that are watching right now? Really, really curious if and when you let fireworks off. Is it something that happens in your country, or are they banned as unsafe? It's very strange because here in the UK, it's the only time of year you can walk in pretty much anywhere, even the local supermarket, and they've got fireworks everywhere. You just pick them up and check out with them. A load of bangers with my other bangers. That's British slang for sausages, I guess. Bangers with bangers. So, yeah, just let me know in the live chat. And when I get to a break in around 30 minutes' time, I'll look at some of your comments. And I am really genuinely curious as to whether, when you let these off, I know a lot of you are going to say New Year's Eve. Of course, that's something. But then, of course, there's Chinese New Year as well, isn't there? So, yeah, when is the appropriate time for your country to let off fireworks, if it's done at all? Be really interested. That's a live straw poll right now. Just before we get into the content, have a look at the Music Radio Creative community. Oh, it's up there. It looks beautiful. And lots of great posts. I need to dip in there myself. Been a little bit absent recently, but loads of good discussions going on. Lots of people talking about the upgrade to Adobe Audition CC 2018 and how they're finding it. Mono inputs to stereo channels. Live hookups to studio from the field source. Great websites for sound effects, beds and mixes and all of that. So general audio geekery, and that's kind of what this show is about. So if you're brand new to this show and you don't know what I'm on about, then it's for people in radio, DJs, podcasters, voiceover artists, audio producers who want to make audio sound great and awesome. Let's get into Adobe Audition. Final thing before I do, and I can play a jingle. Yes, I can. If you'd like to call the show for whatever reason, I have a live phone-in line. Only works when I'm live streaming. When I'm off, it just goes through to voicemail, so feel free to call it at any time. But if you call it right now, you'll get on with me live. This is the number.
415-800-1055.
And remember, +1 if you're outside the US. Normal charges apply.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Okay, shall we hop over into Audition then and start making some really cool fireworks jingles? First of all, where do you get all these fireworks whooshes and bangs from? Now, you could, of course, go and grab your own fireworks. That would be rather cool. But, then you've got to mic up and you've got to be safe and everything. And I wouldn't suggest going near a rocket that's about to fly off into the sky with a Roland R-05. That's a way to get your hand blown off. So... maybe it's better to go to a royalty-free site. There are many of them, such as Audio Jungle, I've mentioned before. Another one I quite like to use is Audio Blocks, and we'll use this for this particular example right now. We've got a subscription to Audio Blocks here, and as you can see, some of them are marked as hot because, of course, Fireworks Night coming up here in the UK. Lots of people downloading these, so I'm just going to go through and download. Oh, gosh, that's a banger, isn't it? A few of these, and we'll analyze these inside Adobe Audition. Here we go. Downloading them all very quickly. And I'm going to use... Whoa! Crikey. Yeah, crowds cheering. That could be quite good. And I'm going to make a sort of fireworks jingle and promo with some whooshes and bangs. Nice. Whoa, that's a weird one, isn't it? Distant fireworks going off in the background, of course. And I think earlier I found some stuff from London as well. New Year's Eve celebration in London is pretty epic. They let off all the fireworks. Where is it? Had it earlier. Oh, it's a big... What on earth is that? Strange. Well, that's cool. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll definitely have that. So that's all gone into my downloads folder. I can get rid of that site for the moment. I was just going to analyze some of these in spectral frequency display and have a look at the makeup of these fireworks. Let's just go into Audition now. Pull them all in, like so. And let's see if I can find where's the whistle of a rocket taking off. Let's have a look for that. Oh, yeah, look at that in spectral frequency. So you've got a kind of a whistle, boom, as it's rather an anticlimax, isn't it? There's that huge whistle, and then you get just that tiny. I'd be really disappointed if I saw that rocket taking off. I'd be like, oh, rather than ooh and ah, I'd be. Oh, so you can see the different whistle frequencies. Let's see if we can do something similar to this. Just curious. Multi-track, let's start a Firework Jingles session. And I will use my MRC presets for this as well. So I've got some nice stuff here to work with. Let's pull that into sound effects for the moment. And then what I'm going to do, was that the one I wanted? Or was it a different one? Might have been a different one. Where was it? That's the one. There. Let's grab that one and take that one in. That's the one I want. And then just here, I'm going to go and start a new file and attempt to mimic something like this. Now, I could mimic this using... Let's isolate. There is the whistle, and you can see there's some sort of reverberation whistles here and here and here. If I want to make that cleaner, what I could use is the spot healing tool. Let's make it a little smaller on this. Just clean out the secondary sounds of the firework whistle here. See, I'm just scrubbing them out and keeping the primary whistle in. Let's see how that sounds now, whether that's a bit cleaner. Yeah, and I can hear also there's a bit of noise in the background. Someone's using a noisy recorder. So I'm going to try and spot heal that too. See whether that goes. No, it's still there, isn't it? So what I might then do is use the marquee tool and just try and eliminate that. There's a little hum there about that frequency. Nice. And for some reason, for some strange reason, I think we're going to need to put some reverb on this to make it sound really good. Let's zoom in here, and we'll have a look at reverb on this as well. Reverb, bit of studio reverb. Don't want to go too nuts with this. Tiny amount. Nice. So we get that better sound to the firework taking off. Now... That's a weird secondary sound, isn't it, there? Something like that. Maybe double it up with another bang. Not that one. Not this. What have we got? Maybe double it up with that to really make this powerful. And I'm going to roll lots of bass onto this one. Let's start a new channel for this. Bring that down. Add on a little more aggressive reverb. What should we go for? Studio reverb here, and we'll whack up the dry and the reverb a bit more. And then we'll go and put on some EQ here. What are we going to go for? We'll go for the parametric EQ. Default. Bit of a... Get rid of the highs there. And really push the lows up quite a bit. Nice. Bit more. Maybe up here. That adds a bit of presence there, doesn't it? So that's just one simple effect. Now I was just wondering how easy it would be to mimic the sound of a firework. Oh, audition not recording at the moment. Give it a second to fire up. I will get to your comments, by the way, in 5 minutes if you're commenting away. I can see many of you commenting up there, so please keep the comments coming in, and we'll wait for audition to kick in and start recording. Got to be careful here. I should probably place my pumpkin spiced candle away from my drink because I nearly took a sip of the pumpkin spice wax. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Let's pop it up there just to be safe. Spinning beach ball of death going on the screen at the moment. No idea why that is. Strange. Can't do anything. Might be time to take a look at your comments early, I think, if I can't get this to record. Crazy. Yeah, it is just stuck. Wonder why that is. Very strange indeed. Let's take a look at what you are saying right now in the chat. That could be a good place to go to see what's happening. I've still got the spinning beach ball of death. Very, very strange indeed today. Strange gremlins in the computer system. Let's see what we've got. David Silk. Not sure if you're being ironic or not, David Silk, there. With your there it is. You can see it there on the screen. Why would anyone try to blow up Parliament? Plenty of nice, honest people in there. There's no sort of emoticon saying irony there. It just seems like a very honest comment there. Thank you, Shani. That's really nice. Want to say you're the best YouTuber in the world, and you got 76,000 subscribers on YouTube. Wow, really? Past the 76k mark. That is amazing. I've still got the spinning beach ball of death, by the way, on Audition. I might have to reboot. Never had to do that on a live stream before. Joe is in. Nice to see you, Joe. Some reason I can't put your question on the screen, but Joe is saying, if you buy canned pumpkin for something like pumpkin pie, it contains no pumpkin at all. It's actually called squash. How very, very strange indeed. Yes, I see. Let's see. I can't feature Paige's comment at the moment either. What is going on with this? Everything is playing up at once. Anyway, Paige says, we got a bonfire night here tomorrow, here in the colony. I'm taking the family, so this is a great tee-up. Paige, based in the Cayman Islands, which, yes, I believe your flag does have the Union flag up in the top left, doesn't it? So, yes, good to hear that you'll be celebrating Bonfire Night there as well tomorrow night. Yes, here on the Isle of Wight, we're going to be having a big display, I believe, down on Sandown Beach, where they'll have fire eaters and all that kind of stuff going on. What else have we got? July 4th, Joe says, for the fireworks celebrations in the United States. It's usually the New Year in the Netherlands, says JFFRY102. St. John's for Alicante, Spain in August. Interesting. Jackseat Gaming there. What else have we got here? Oh, yes, of course, I should have known. For Australia, big fireworks event there is Australia Day, 26th of January. Israel have fireworks on their Independence Day. Thank you, Daniel Matalon, for contributing that as well. New Year's and Independence, September 21st from Benjamin. Not quite sure where you're watching from, Benjamin. I think you might have said you're from Belize, so that's really cool. In Alabama, 365 days a year fireworks, says Mike Bailey. Interesting, yes. And why not? Hi to Yannick, who's tuning in from France right now. Yeah, lovely to see so many of you in and watching. I'm definitely going to have to kill Audition. What is going on? It's still beach balling on me. Force quit. I'm just force quitting Audition in the background while I still keep talking to you. And there's some weird other app open. Let's just try rebooting, and then it should all work again. What else have we got? What advice have you for a podcast intro outro? I'm recording one today for work. The advice I would give you is keep it simple if you're working on a podcast intro or outro, Alex B. So, yeah, don't go too nuts on the production. Usually podcasters kind of keep it real. So a nice, good sound to the voice, get the EQ and the compression sounding good, maybe a touch of reverb, and, yeah, just have fun creating. That is the name of the game here, really. What else have we got? Awesome stuff. Did I know it's Mega Radio UK's birthday on the 4th of November? How cool. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Cosmin is from Romania right now, and Lewis has noticed the cheeky suit that I've got on today. Yeah, looking rather smart today. Right, Audition is fired back up, but I've lost everything I did. I could have restored the session, but I chose not to. So let's... Now, I was hoping to mimic the sound of a rocket. Let's find that rocket. Where is that rocket? Here we are. There are all the frequencies again. Now, I could potentially do this. Let's copy that to the untitled wave here by creating something that goes... Oh, hang on. We have got a call coming in to the show. Hello, Music Radio Creative. You are live on with me right now. Please make sure to turn down the volume on the live stream so you don't get distracted by the delay there. Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Daniel from Tel Aviv.
Hey, Daniel from Tel Aviv. How are you? Daniel from the chat as well. I think I've seen you in the chat.
Yeah, right. How are you?
Very well indeed. So when is your Independence Day there?
Sometime, I think, in May. I forgot the exact date.
In May. So that's when you let off all the fireworks there.
Yeah. Can I give you a short story about fireworks? Very short.
I would love that.
Yeah, back in the 80s, I was a trainee in Hollywood. I was working on a major motion picture by the name of Annie. Orphan Annie?
By Annie?
Yeah, the movie Annie.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, we needed major sound effects of fireworks, and looking all over Hollywood for sound effects of fireworks, and the movie was in Dolby Stereo, and they couldn't find any good recordings of sound effects. So what they did, they hired some company to shoot real fireworks, something around $60,000. And I wasn't there at the time of the recording, and they recorded the sound live in some kind of a field.
My goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
$65,000 on fireworks.
I think they mentioned that they spent around $50,000 or $60,000 just to shoot fireworks and record them, not even film them, only to record them in stereo.
My goodness me! That what a story that is. And you didn't even get to see it.
No, I wasn't there, but I was in the mix of the movie itself back in Hollywood. I was in the mix, and during the mix, the woman who was in charge of the sound effects or the editing, they brought down all the recording of the sound effects because of the music, because the music was going against the sound effects, so they brought down the effects after spending $50,000 for them.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah, that was really a nice story for sound effects.
That's amazing. What was your role then, Daniel? So were you mixing the audio for that movie?
No. I studied film in New York, and I went to Hollywood for a year to train in sound editing.
Wow, amazing. That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you didn't get to see the firework display when they spent all that money on it.
No, but I saw the movie.
You did. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Awesome, Daniel.
Okay, I'll let you go back to your show. It's a great show.
Appreciate you, Daniel. Thank you for the comments in the live chat, and thank you for taking the time to call as well.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All the best.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. That's Daniel calling from Tel Aviv in Israel. What a story that is. My goodness me. A $50,000 to $65,000 firework display. I would have wanted to be at that. That sounds really cool. So you can call in if you like. +1 415 800 1055 is the number. And at the moment, I am playing with sound effects, trying to regenerate the whistle of a firework. And I was just wondering if using generate tones. Let's have a look here. And let's have a look. Another thing to get an idea of would be the duration of that tone, which is about 0.955, that's about a second. So generate tones, let's put in that time here, duration, so 0:00.955, and we're going to sweep the frequencies here from, let's set this to a default 440 hertz tone, so we've got something a little better to work with, and we're going to go down from around 4,000 hertz, sweeping it down to 3,000 hertz. And let's see, using the generate tones feature in Audition, if we can create something similar. You can see here, obviously that's a lot cleaner, but it's on a similar frequency range. Let's play that. Wow. That's the original. And that's the tone. So there's a little bit more to that. It's a little more layered. And also, I wonder if I could have a play about with the type of waveform that we're working with as well. So we've got some settings there. Let's change the shape to triangle and see what. Or we could go to square. Let's try square. Whoa, that's strange. Inverse sine. So I think we probably need to reduce the time of this a bit more and go like that. And I'm going to just play about with the type of inverse sine here a little bit. And when I've got that, I think what I might try and do is add a little bit of distortion. That's probably going to help. Say if you're building a firework and you don't have a firework to make the effect yourself. Let's go for a few different distortion effects. Oh, that's really going to hurt. Let's listen to that. Compared to this. Whoa, that's loud. Maximum pain for a reason. Pick sharper. What about this? Interesting. Ultimate failure. So we could put something like that. Or maybe we could actually put it, let's start a new session here. Fireworks. We'll make it in the downloads folder with the MRC presets here. And just bring that in now to the sound effects. And go here. Mix this together right now. Kind of similar, but it needs a little more work. I think you can't really beat the real thing. Maybe have a fade in on this, or do symmetrical fades, as you can now do, by holding down the Alt or Option key. And let's create, for instance, reverb on this channel. Studio reverb. Hey, that's not too bad, is it? Now, if we take away the dry, that's not actually sounding too bad. And then we need to put in a fake crackle as well, or a bang. We could generate that, for instance. Let's have a look here. Generate noise. Let's go for a different color here. Gray. No, maybe white. Or pink. That's cool. And we'll take that into the multi-track as well. So we've got, there's our firework taking off. Oh, we'll need to put a little fade out on the end of that. A bang at the end. It's a little light, so let's create something a little more aggressive. What I might actually do is just go in and record. Hopefully it'll record now. It wasn't recording earlier. That's what I was going, oh no, not another beach ball. What is going on with recording into Audition at the moment? Must be some gremlins in the system. Please work. Don't crash. Let's have a look at your more of your questions. Again, got the beat. It seems to be when I hit the record button on Audition, it is not letting me record in. And I need to figure out why that is. Have I ever tried Fruity Loops? Cosmin is asking. Yeah, I've used it once or twice. It is one of those Windows-based programs, so I don't often get into the Microsoft Windows ecosystem. But when I do, I've had a play, and it's okay. I'm also quite a fan. I'd probably use Ableton over Fruity Loops, but then regularly now I'm using Logic Pro, which I really enjoy. How do you do the call? Oh, Praise Worship is wondering, just like Daniel did there from Tel Aviv in Israel. If you want to call in the show, you can do that on this number. It's always open when I'm live streaming. It closes when I'm not, but you can always leave a voicemail for me there. This is the phone number. It is a US phone number. Just add +1 if you're outside the United States to call.
415-800-1055.
Love to hear from you on the show today. It is a Friday show as well, which is exciting.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Lots of people asking Mr. Mega Radio UK, who's celebrating 7 years on the air, by the way, tomorrow with his radio station. Diego, for instance, congratulating Mr. Mega Radio. Anything special planned for the station tomorrow? That's a very interesting question indeed. What else have we got here? Anything else? Thank you, El Capitino. Love your work, Mike. And, oh, this is an interesting one. What an interesting name. I don't know if I can feature you. It's not allowing me to feature your question. It says here from, I think that's Sarai Deklaim. Hi, Mike. I love Adobe Audition, and I want your videos. I'm in Iran, and I don't have access to it anywhere. Can you please give me a solution? Thank you. Hopefully if you can access the YouTube channel, there are nearly 500 free videos now at youtube.com/musicradiocreative. So might be a good place for you to go and have a look around in if you haven't been able to access other videos, but you can generally find them all over the place, and I'm grateful that you would tune in and attempt to access those videos. Awesome stuff. But if I can help you in any way, maybe just drop me a line, mike@musicradiocreative.com, and I will see if I can hook you up with what you are looking for. And that's interesting. Daniel is saying here, although I can't feature his question. Oh, how strange. I'm using a dongle from the US to call called Magic Jack. That sounds interesting. Magic Jack. I'd love to get some work done today, but Audition is not letting me record. It's just giving me a bouncing beach ball. Oh, that bouncing beach ball. Why? Oh, why? And, I think there has been a little issue, actually, with recording. I'm going to force quit again. Since I've upgraded, it's occasionally, it's never crashed out like it's crashing on me now. But it has beach balled for like 2 or 3 seconds before it starts recording. I've had that in the waveform view, but then it just starts recording like normal. I've never had it where it beach balls and I literally have to force quit and start again. So very, very strange stuff. I'm back to square one again. Oh, you're gonna have to help me today in the live chat. You're gonna have to help me. It's one of those shows today. It is one of those shows. And I've got 30 minutes left and I'm breaking out in a cold sweat, feeling like 30 minutes feels like the entire world to me right now. Let's talk about fireworks. What do you want to talk about with fireworks? Someone call in, 415-800-1055. Brighten up my day. This Mac is just not wanting to record, so I'm finding it hard to take it further because I also want to record some voiceovers in to create something for you during this last half hour. But Alex B is saying, I'm on a Mac right now. Let me throw it over to you there in the live chat watching this session now. Fireworks night this weekend. Looking forward to it. There is a forum for more info, Alex B. I'm going to pay particular attention to the comments right now. Let's get them featured nice and bright over here. Wherever you're watching right now, if you're on Twitch or Facebook as well, I can see your comments, so do pop them in and ask some questions. Praise Worship says, just talk. Shall we turn it into 30 minutes of talk? Is that going to be interesting, exciting for you? Maybe have a 30 minutes with Mike, seeing as Audition is not playing the way it should be today. Let me know if you have any questions you'd like answered. Maybe we can have a sort of light-hearted Q&A. And I'll see how long this lasts. If you have any questions about audio, about Audition, about hardware or software or anything, try recording before opening other files. I'm not sure why that should affect things though. Paige says the stream has gone. I hope not. Still says I'm broadcasting here this end. So hopefully, yes, does feel like a coordinated attack. Something is going on. It's those Friday gremlins. Restart Windows. Fortunately, I'm not a Windows user, but I don't know what's going on. Although, actually, I'm just wondering, I don't know if this has got anything to do with it. Let me just go back to the screen share. One thing that is different about my workflow that I don't usually have fired up is I've got the Creative Cloud bug fired up there. Usually, even though it loads itself in automatically, I usually disable that from auto starting because I feel it probably takes up valuable system resources. And all it really sits there for me personally, is just updating the apps. So I don't use stuff like Typekit Sync or anything like that, or the Creative Cloud storage. So, and I did fire this up specifically today to update. There were a couple of updates. Lightroom CC, I got that. And I think there was an update to Illustrator CC and Lightroom Classic CC, as they're calling it now. So I fired this bug up and ran all the updates just before I went live. So I wonder if that's put a gremlin in my system. Maybe I should probably close that down. Sorry, I know you can't see that because it's underneath the chat. But anyway, I've gone ahead and closed that down. But yeah, any other questions you've got, I'm happy to answer. How do you put the live chat on screen? Okay, yeah, let's make it into one of those general Q&As. Ask me anything, 30 minutes. Feel more comfortable doing that rather than trying to fight against the machine today. So yeah, live chat, the stuff you see here. This is something I've used for a while. Let me see if I can get the tutorial up on it. It's basically YouTube live chat going into OBS. Sorry, I keep calling it OBS. It's OBS Studio. And I'm just going to try and find the link to that resource for you now. Who's asking that question? Praise Worship asking that question. Right, okay. So what you want to do is, if you go to the Open Broadcaster Software website, I'm just going to feature that on the screen now. Here, I will post the link for you in the live chat. Seriously, ask me anything in the chat right now, and I'm going to answer any question that comes in between now and the end of the show. So I've just posted the link. It's the obsproject.com forum. It's the title of the thread is Updated YouTube Chat Room Captures, and then they link out to a website that you can go to here. And as you can see, there are dials and things that you can twiddle here, and it will essentially CSS style your YouTube live chat window. So what I do is I copy the URL to the YouTube live chat, you know, the pop-out window you get when you do a live stream, and then I paste it in to this little generator online, chattv2.setupsus.com, something like that. Anyway, I posted the link in the live chat. Hello, Music Radio Creative. You are live with myself, Mike Russell. Who's this?
Hey, it's good to be on. I'm enjoying the show so far, and I just had a few questions actually, since you're doing like a live Q&A thing right now.
Thank you. Well, it's a little bit abnormal. This is not the norm for the show.
Yeah.
As you know, if you're a regular viewer.
I can tell.
Who's calling, by the way? What's your name?
I'm Alex from the U.S.
Cool. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you. I actually took your Udemy course on the basics of audition a couple of years ago, and it was one of the best courses on that.
Thank you.
But yeah, actually, I had a question on two things. One is audio de-reverb in Audition. I know like Isotope and those programs have like de-reverb mechanisms, but I haven't seen a really good solution for that in Audition itself.
Yep.
And the other is just a question on how to prevent reverb in the first place. I know people use like sound pads and stuff, and I was wanting to get your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. Excellent questions, Alex. So, yes, first and foremost, to answer your question about de-reverb in Audition, the way I would go about doing that first and foremost is I would run a parametric equalizer over the audio. There is a super easy solution, but it's a third-party solution, so I'll get to that in a moment. But in Audition, I would use something like parametric EQ. Let me just fire up a new audio file here. Effects, filter and EQ, parametric equalizer. And what you can do with this, as you might have seen me do a few times, is kind of notch this up, and you can even take the cue width down. Let's see, like this, so really notch in, and then you can start notching through the frequencies, and you will find that some frequencies are a little more reverby than others, and you can probably get quite a far way into de-reverbing just by finding certain frequencies where the reverb is at its worst. So I would definitely use the parametric EQ. There is a third-party plugin from a company called Synaptic. It's called Unveil, Synaptic Unveil. Let me see if I can Synaptic Unveil. It's ZYNAPTIQ, and then the plugin is called Unveil. Let me feature it on the screen. This is like magic for de-reverb and de-echo. Really, really good stuff. Few people who have used this before have said it's like absolute magic. If you're recording like off a microphone on a camera, for instance, that's not so good, you can really do some really good stuff, almost studio quality with this. But then to answer your second question, how to sort of stop that occurring in the first place, what kind of environment are you recording in, Alex? Have you got the luxury of a dedicated room, or is it a booth or a cupboard, or where are you recording and hoping to make it sound better?
Yeah, so the company I work for actually just finished building out a broadcast studio that was supposed to be made for like reducing sound and sound reverb, and they use it for going live on like for like small spots on televisions and stuff like that. But I was using it just to record audio because it's basically its own room. Like,
Cool.
It's kind of small though. I know sometimes that affects room reverb, but like we could probably put some pads on the walls. I don't know much about all that.
Cool. Well, I would say if you've got a smaller room, that is actually probably a benefit over having a larger room, because the larger the room, obviously the more chance for stuff to echo and bounce off different walls, and you'll need to control that. Now, definitely acoustic tiles will help, and that's what I type into something like Amazon. I mean, I'm looking at Amazon UK, but I'm sure it'd be the same for Amazon.com. If you type acoustic tiles in, this actually here, pack that I've got on my screen now, the Pro Acoustic foam wedges, those are the exact tiles I have on my studio wall. And what I have is I have a room that is about 2 meters by 2 meters, so a very, very small room that I'm broadcasting from, and I literally have these tiles everywhere. Now, lots of audio professionals will say you do not need to like completely tile up your room, and spend, because they're not that cheap, for what you're getting. You don't need to get so many. What it's best to do is to find out where the reflections are coming from in your room and try and put tiles in those places. And there are various tutorials online that you can work out where the reflections are coming from. But definitely acoustic tiles is a way to go. Bass traps as well, possibly. I know you can also get, although this is not so necessary if you're working in a small room that you've already sound treated, but you can get like kind of those isolation booths that go around a microphone or something like that. But that's more for if you're traveling, or if you're in hotel rooms and you want sort of a bit of on the move audio reduction. But yeah, definitely acoustic tiles. That's where I would start. Even over like completely soundproofing a room, I would say it's better to sound treat the room, unless you've got like kids going mad in the next room, or you've got like a busy road outside. If you've got relatively quiet space to work from, then sound treating can really help.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure, Alex. And anything else? What are you up to for the rest of the day?
No, well, actually, so like I said in the chat, I'm going to be recording a podcast intro, outro today. And other than that, just working on trying to improve some studio equipment. Amazing.
Well, lovely to hear from you, Alex. And thanks for taking the time to call.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Alex there in the USA. What else have we got? Let's see whether we can feature some of your Q&A up on the screen here. Lots of people asking me to restart the computer. Alex is wondering if I've ever used Pro Tools. Yes, I have, when I worked in radio, and I just didn't give it enough time to get used to it. So I'm not going to give an opinion one way or the other, because as you know, I'm a huge Adobe Audition user, and that's what I'm used to. That's what I like. I like the interface. I like the way it works. Actually, I think I looked somewhere on, it must have been some radio imaging forum or something like that recently, and they said they did a straw poll, and Adobe Audition came out number one as the number one most used audio editor amongst radio imaging producers, which actually really surprises me, because I would have thought something like Pro Tools would have edged it there. Just simply because a lot of radio studios and production houses have it, because they've bought it, they paid for it and bought it in. But yeah, number one door amongst the imaging community is apparently Adobe Audition. So there you go. A 30-minute jingle special from my friend in the Netherlands there. Yes, wouldn't that be good? That'd be really good. I could play some jingles actually on the show. Actually, why not? Seeing as we're having a kind of freestyle moment here. If I go into, where is it? The Music Radio Creative channel, not my channel, but the channel we have for Music Radio Creative and all of our jingles. Isabella is currently painstakingly updating this channel. So that's youtube.com/MRC Jingles, as opposed to youtube.com/Music Radio Creative. And we post up all our new jingle themes and stuff like that. And in fact, at the moment when we post audio on YouTube, I don't know if you In a previous episode, I did talk a little bit about SoundCloud and how we're kind of moving things away from SoundCloud after I know they're supposed to be recovering and they got a new round of investment, but we moved a lot of our audio hosting out of SoundCloud after the constant panic of, hey, you're going to lose all your hosting and they might shut it down and all of that. So we decided to double down on YouTube. And at the moment, what we've got for all the jingles we're posting is just a static image. But I found, and I thought actually this is worth sharing with you now. If you've not heard of Video Hive, it's a great site for video effects and stock footage templates. And what you will see on many videos is they'll have like animated circles with waveforms. And I've demonstrated in a previous video on my channel how you can create like animated waveforms to videos if you want to upload your audio and have something that animates rather than just a static image on YouTube. And it's called Adobe After Effects Audio Waveform, Audio Display. If you actually type into Video Hive, and I just discovered this the other day, Audio Spectrum, there it is, some really cool designers out there have created these amazing After Effects templates, and I think I'm going to download one of these, and we're going to start using it on the Music Radio Creative channel. They've got, like, for instance, this one. You can put your logo in the middle. Let's just play that now. Have a look at the music visualizer there, and you can see how it moves, like the frequencies, but a designer has put loads of effort into making that look really good. Same with this one. You can have a logo in the middle, but you can also have a static image in the background. Looks really, really cool. So just a little hack for you there as I'm throwing out freestyle info. Hopefully some of it of value. Videohive.net, search for Audio Spectrum and look at all these wonderful downloads where you can animate stuff to your own audio. You just have to render it out in After Effects. So you have to be kind of happy to use After Effects to do that. But really, really cool stuff in there. And we're going to be using that more on the MRC channel. But seeing as you asked, JFFRY102, let's play a recent upload. This is 2.5 minutes of song form jingles, which is one of our latest uploads to YouTube. And if I say so myself, it really is rather good. These are kind of compositions we've created with our jingle singers and musicians for radio stations, mainly radio stations, who would like a little bit more than just a sung jingle saying, 106.4 TFM. But we're kind of doing a whole theme song about the feel and the vibe of the radio station. Let me just play you this, see what you think. 2.5 minutes in duration.
Play hit music. Great variety. We're the feel-good station run by the community. We broadcast round the clock, so the Isle of Wight can rock. Vectis Radio 104.6, the heart of the island.
And that's our new radio station, by the way, on the Isle of Wight, coming on the air soon. Really excited about that. Here's another one.
Tune in for some happiness. Tune in for some fun. Tune in late at night or tune in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM, a radio station we worked with in Oman recently. Oh, here's another one.
Let's talk news. Let's talk beats. And let's talk tunes. Let's talk laughter. Let's talk smiles. We're here to listen. So talk for a while. It's you and me on TFM. Let's talk.
Another one there for TFM. What else have we got here? Let's have a listen.
It doesn't matter if you're big or small, if you have the best ideas or none at all. It's Pat, he's the dad, and K.O. that's his son. They're gonna talk business and together have some fun. They'll figure it out and ask all the questions. Win or fail, it's always a lesson. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. What really matters is the reaction you choose. Keeping it strong for your mental fitness. Other haters be like, hey man, none of your business. Hey, no worries, here's the real fact. It's time to start the show, it's all of beeswax. All of your beeswax.
Awesome stuff. And that final one there was for an awesome podcaster, Pat Flynn. Just fantastic. All of your beeswax, new podcast he's working on with his son, actually. And you can see how you can kind of get the sound of your radio station or your podcast into a song form jingle there. So really, really cool stuff. Definitely want to get that audio spectrum up on our YouTube channel. Because I know Isabella is painstakingly taking the audio at the moment and using an MP3 to MP4 converter. And I've just listened, actually. There's a little degradation in audio there that I can hear in my headphones from those uploads. So we're definitely going to get them rendered out in After Effects in full quality. Really, really good stuff. Gosh, look at this. This is some really old stuff. Look, oh my goodness. Retro stuff going back in time 5 years ago. Actually, this is a blast from the past. This one appearing, it's still featured on the front page of the Music Radio Creative YouTube channel. This was the first ever sung jingle 5 years ago now that we created here at Music Radio Creative. You ready for a little bit of embarrassment here? Shall I play this one? Oh my goodness, I'm nervous.
Radio jingles from Music Radio Creative.
Wonderful. Radio jingles from Music Radio Creative. And really, really cool stuff. This is some stuff I did in After Effects years and years. 5 years ago now. Doesn't time fly by? Anyway, there's a little bit of jingle geekery for you. My goodness me, we're 48 minutes into the show. It is flying by fast already. Isabella does actually say it is Freestyle Friday with Mike. Shall we make this a regular thing? I don't know if you always like shows with topics anyway. Would it be good to have maybe one show a week, maybe on a Friday, where I just throw it out there and say, let's do a freestyle show, whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to talk about, and just kind of open up the phone line. We've had a couple of really good calls already from Daniel earlier in Israel, Alex in the United States. Maybe there is space for it. You let me know in the chat right now if you think Freestyle Friday should be a regular thing. Type yes. And if you're not so keen on it, type no. And we'll do a little poll there. Benjamin's asking me, what is one of your favourite jingles you've worked on? I really like our sung jingles. The song form jingles really give me a buzz and a chill at the same time. I just love the fact that you can encapsulate the sound or the vibe or the ethos of a radio station or a podcast in song form. And there's something magic about it, I would say, more so than a full 3 or 3.5 minute produced commercial track that's played on the radio, because jingles just sound different, and they sound warm, they sound buzzy and fuzzy and all that good stuff. So yeah, not going to one specific track there, but yeah, definitely some of the sung stuff we do is really good. What else have we got here? Let's see if I can feature you. Not all of the comments want to feature. Praise Worship. Where is your condenser mic? Is it out of shot yet it has presence? It sounds so close. Shotgun mics on boom stands. I have heard don't have presence and pick up room ambience. I'm using the Neumann TLM 103 and it's just out of shot, just there. See? There it is. So not too far away, but far enough away that I can talk without needing a whacking great condenser covering half my face. So yes, indeed, David is absolutely right. The Fairy has been very busy with the website. She's always busy and doing fantastic stuff for Music Radio Creative. We do have a lot to be grateful for that Isabella does on a daily basis here at Music Radio Creative. She really keeps things going and makes things look good on the YouTube channel as well. Wow. Daniel is saying, am I familiar with PZM or PZM mic technology, which apparently stands for pressure zone? I'm not aware of that, but I would love to know more about that. I really would. Alex B, what headphones do you have? I have the DT770 Pro headphones, 80 ohm edition. And gosh, I've had these for years now, and they have really served me very, very well indeed. I've tried other headphones. Bayer Dynamic, in my opinion, make the best studio quality headphones. It all started, it's kind of like a headphone addiction. It started with the DT100s. Those are the ones that make you feel like an elephant because they're so big and they kind of cover your whole face, almost. Then I think I went to DT250s, which are a bit better. I think they're the ones that come with the microphone over them. And then DT770s is kind of where it's at for me at the moment. And a lot of professional music recorders, musicians use them as well. So really, really cool stuff. Great. David thinks it's a good idea. Paige likes the idea as well. Thank you, Paige. Although for some reason it's not letting me feature you. That's our question and answers app. Mr. Mega Radio UK says yes, good idea. Oh, cool. Okay, nice idea. Maybe every other week, says Daniel. Good stuff. Wow. Okay, so maybe we will do more freestyle shows like this. Keep your questions coming in. If you'd like to ask anything in the last, what have we got, 8 minutes now? Happy to answer whatever you've got here. I can see Sida is saying hello on my personal Facebook profile. Also, Manpreet. Nice to see you, Manpreet, watching the show right now as well. And what else have we got here over on Facebook Live? Quite a few of you watching on Facebook Live. Do make yourself known, by the way, if you're watching on the Facebook live stream. I would love to know more about you and where you're watching from. Dionis, I think, says greetings from Radio Valanadovo, Macedonia, 91.6 FM. Sounds awesome. Steve Moore says, loving the sung jingles you played, Mike. Regular Freestyle Friday sounds like a great idea. I vote yes. Oh, great. Really glad to hear that. Do I ever make jingles for people? Stephen is asking over there on Facebook. Do I ever make jingles for people? That is a very interesting question. Do you mean like individuals who just want to jingle? Yeah, we do jingles for all kinds of things. Birthdays, bar mitzvahs, weddings, all that kind of stuff. Anything that's a celebration, often there is the need for that. Have I ever done a film score? No, I have not. But yeah, no, film and movie trailers and all the kind of movie production area, it's definitely somewhere that I would be interested to know a little bit more about and get into in the sound production. I mean, they even have an Oscar, don't they, for sound production and editing? So yeah, really, really cool part of the audio industry for sure. Right, we are getting slowly towards the end of the show today. 7 minutes to go. If you do want to call, phone line's still open for another 7 minutes. I could potentially take another 1 or 2 calls before we go. Remember, it is a US number. It's actually a San Francisco number. You can call this number to get through to me live on the air right now. 415-800-1055. Remember to add +1 if you're outside the United States. We'd love to hear from you. MusicRadioCreative.com. And do keep the questions coming in via YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or Twitch. Now, I know over in the community, there's a little section. Let's just bring the community up on screen now. There's a section for the live show. Let's have a look here. Show ideas. And a lot of you here have been contributing ideas on shows I could potentially do or topics I could potentially cover in the future. And one of them that seems to have the most votes on it at the moment is for me to do a live show on OBS Studio, which is slightly off the topic of audio, although they do have some good audio plugins for OBS Studio. OBS Studio, for those of you that don't know, that's the piece of software I use to do this live stream on a daily basis. I live stream via OBS, send it out to an RTMP server, and it's really, really cool. So lots of you asking here in this thread for me to cover various things and the way I've got it all set up. So maybe that will be one coming up in the very near future for you here on Music Radio Creative Live. I can see another question that's come in here from Benny Boy. He's wondering, what is the name of the software and provider who provides the phone line? I can show you that for certain. It is a company called Twilio. Twilio are really, really cool. You can basically get your own phone line. I'm just going to try and log into my Twilio account now. It really is. Twilio is one of the best modern inventions for phone lines and phone numbers that I have discovered. So yeah, Twilio will allow you to buy a phone number. You can buy a phone number for $1 a month. I know, it's amazing, right? Cost of $1 to rent a number for a month. So we have both of our phone lines on Twilio, and it works fantastically. Now, Twilio really only gives you the number, and it gives you the opportunity to route phone calls through different ways. Basically, rather than routing a phone call to a phone number, you're essentially routing a phone number to a web URL, and then from there you can divert off to different phone numbers if you like. So our customer service line for Music Radio Creative, 01983 220083. That's a UK number. We've purchased that from Twilio. Fortunately, it's an Isle of Wight number, which is awesome. And then the 415 1055. That's another one I've got from Twilio. And I'm using a piece of software. Let me see if I can find it. It's another free and open source thing. What is it called now? OpenVBX, I think. Yeah, OpenVBX. It's a project available on GitHub, and it works like a phone dashboard, essentially, for your phone system. So you can have like call queuing, you can have call diversion, all done in a neat sort of box. If you want to access it, it's on GitHub at github.com/Twilio/OpenVBX. Unfortunately, they haven't updated the code since February of 2016. And I think some of the updates go back to 8 years ago. So I think this is a project that's kind of gone on the back burner, unfortunately, at Twilio. And I know certainly when we got it up and running, we had to make a few tweaks to get it to work properly because a lot of the plugins and bits they use and the audio player had gone out of date. Obviously, with the web updating in the last 8 years, it's no longer using really Flash to play audio. It's like HTML5 and stuff like that. Managed to figure it all out, though, and get OpenVBX working sweetly with Twilio. And it really is a great system. And so reasonable, the pricing of it. I mean, $1 a month for your phone line. And, you can make international calls for pennies or, absolute pennies. Really, really good stuff. Let's see if I can just get in a few more Q&A from you before I disappear. Love the latest jingle package landed in my inbox this morning from MRC. Thank you very much to Mr. Mega Radio UK. I did not know you had to dial 1 in the US also to call a US number. Interesting stuff. And Ross Birdie 11 is saying, I have a nice background there with the fireworks. Yes, of course, celebrating Bonfire Night on the 5th of November officially, but many of the celebrations will happen tomorrow night. That's Saturday night here in the UK. I will probably go to a local Isle of Wight event. There is a big one happening on Sandown Beach. I'm very excited. Might go down there. I've never been before. Apparently they have real fire eaters and stuff like that. So, it all gets rather outrageous. So I'll probably head off to that with the kids and the wife this weekend. So looking forward to the weekend. Hope you've got a good weekend in store too. Keep in touch via the community at community.musicradiocreative.com. Sorry for those of you tuning in hoping for more fireworky style things. It's just the equipment was not playing the game today, and I thought I'd just switch it up to a freestyle thing. Hope you enjoyed the session and had fun with it, and have a lovely weekend. And I will speak to you again on Monday for another live stream from 2 p.m. UK time after your clocks have hopefully gone forward too.